Hey guys, what's up? Josh here from Force Fitness. Hope you're doing great. And today's presentation is about goal setting and success rituals. So, our main goal for you guys, obviously being with us in the gym, if you're a part of our gym while you're listening to this, is to get you guys the best results possible. Now, we have the plan, we have the strategy, but we also realize that there's accountability on your behalf, and we know that by setting good goals, by having good structure in your plan, by having the right mindset to be able to get success will get you a long way there. So the main goal for us today is to make sure that you guys come away with this with a good understanding of what it takes to move ahead, with some really basic strategies on mindset and making sure we can get you guys the results and keep kicking ass. So goals, what are they, right? It gives us an endpoint or a landmark to work out a plan off rather than just an open-ended dream. So a lot of people come into a gym or they go to a studio or whatever it is in their body transformation, and it's really general or really vague, and there's no real endpoint or definitive sort of end result that they're after, right? So coming in and saying just general weight loss, I just want to lose weight and tone up, it doesn't really give you that end result. It doesn't give you anything other than just a bit of a wish, okay, or you hope that something happens. So by actually setting a goal and getting a little bit more purposeful, we are able to set up a better plan, obviously. So we only truly exist when we have purpose. If you have no goals, no ambition, then how do you have purpose? Now, like I said, some of this stuff's going to be a little bit of mindset for you guys, and we want to make sure that not only are we giving you guys the strategy and the tools to get it done, but we're giving you that little bit of mindset in there as well, because that can be the difference, right? The difference between someone who is successful and who is not, that's had the same opportunities, the same resources, the same support, is mindset. Okay, so we're making sure we still get a bit for you guys in there, and with that purpose, it's making sure we go to bed and we know what we've done in the day. We know we've had a sense of accomplishment and waking up like actually giving a fuck and really wanting to push hard and get some goals. Okay, so with goals we achieve massive amounts of accomplishment and small and long-term satisfaction. So basically all it is, by setting little goals we get to build momentum, by setting big goals we get to achieve great things. So both of those things give us short-term and long-term satisfaction. So at the end of the day, if we're satisfied and we're grateful and all those sort of things, we're content, we're fulfilled, okay? But it's good to keep pushing, right? So out with the old, in with the new. Once you have completed or achieved a task or a goal, you must reassess, see what areas you need to work on, and set a new one. So this is coming off the back end, this presentation, of a previous 16-week challenge. We've had a lot of girls go through, they broke it down, there was 8-week ones and 10-week ones. So we're just reassessing, right? Getting back into it, getting rid of the old stuff, resetting, going back through with the new. So you may change your focus on what areas you want to work on. Like the examples here, from lifting to diet, from diet to family, from family to happiness. If you've previously put a lot of effort into dieting, for 3 months or 4 months, and now you're happy with where things are at and you just want to get stronger, your goals shift, okay? It's okay to change where you're at. Values in our life change every day. Well, not every day actually, but they do change over time. So once you understand that it's okay to make a shift, obviously there's key areas that we want to keep continuing to develop and grow in, but it's okay to change where your focus is. So, for someone new coming in, generally it's about body transformation. For someone that's been here a little bit longer, it's about strength or, specific physique goals and things like that. So it's okay to change and make sure you focus on different areas. If there are things that worked, don't change them. If there are things that didn't work, time to change plans. So an example of this, guys, would be when we're talking about the transformation scenario. If previously you've been dieting really good and you're happy with how things are going, the progress is good, even though you reassess and set new goals, you wouldn't necessarily change the plan. Okay, you wouldn't change the strategy if you're getting the results that you want. Now, on the flip side, if you've been dieting for 12 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever, you haven't necessarily got the results that you want, but you've done the work, it's time to change plans, okay? Now, it could just be something as simple as increasing protein intake and dropping carbohydrates, or knocking a little bit more off your calorie intake and creating a bigger deficit, okay? Increasing your training days from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 or whatever it may be, okay? It might be something small, it might be something really big, but figuring out where you're at and what changes need to be made is very good in the long run. How do we set a goal? Sorry, the writing's a bit small here. So my preferred way is to lay it out and have it scare you enough that it may be out of reach, but enough to really push you. So what I mean by that, like I'll keep using a 12-week goal, for example. 12 weeks, someone goes, I need to lose 12 kilos. That's a big deal, right? That's a kilo a week, consistently, 1 kilo a week. So it's enough to scare them. There's a possibility that it's going to have to really, really push hard to get that done, okay? Now, if you only have like 12 kilos to lose, or you realistically only have 8, it still has to be real, but enough to sort of push you, okay? Getting both the reward and leverage. So what I mean by reward and leverage is that we need to get both, like a prize all the way through, a prize at the end of the tunnel, and create some towards motivation. So something that we're running towards that's going to motivate us. Now, the other thing with the leverage is creating enough pain that if we don't hit our goals and we don't meet our targets or we don't meet our quota, that there's going to be some serious consequences, okay? Now, for some of you guys, it's just not being in the shape you're in now. Like, that's enough pain. Some of you guys, it might be saying that you're going to shave your head, okay? Smash a car, sell your dog, whatever, okay? Some people don't work well off towards motivation, so they don't work well off rewards or anything like that. So we drive a good leverage point, we drive a good pain motivation, and they seem to start kicking a bit of ass. So be prepared to change if needed halfway through. There is no point flogging a dead horse. You must always adapt and overcome. The sun sets in the west, right? It doesn't matter how fast you are. If you're driving east, you will never see the sun set. Okay, you have to change, turn around, change course, rethink your rink, so to speak, and come up with a new strategy. Now, you don't have to be reactive every minute of every day, but if we're getting 2-3 weeks in and there's been no shift and all the variables are lining up, then it might be time to change your plan, okay? Bigger picture and reverse engineer. So going long term, going full term. Okay, 12 kilos, 15 kilos, breaking it back down. All right, so that works out to be however many kilos per month. That works out to be however many kilos per week. And the reverse engineering process makes goals seem so small and so easy to get that you actually start to gain a bit of confidence that you can actually achieve it. Because a lot of people set a goal and never ever believe that they can achieve it. Okay, so the reverse engineer might end up being that you only need to, drop 150 grams of fat a day, which is like a full roll of toilet paper. Yeah, so not even that much. So bigger picture, reverse engineer, what it does help you do as well, guys, is come up with a strategy, okay? So you understand that on the week you need to lose this or improve this or talk to this many people or do whatever it is. So we lay it down for 90 days. We go monthly, we go weekly, we go daily if needed, and we throw down a few checkpoints along the way. So by week 4, I want to have X. By week 6, I want to have X, okay? So the rewards. I prefer people throw big rewards at the front end. So if you've done a 12-week one, the first 2 weeks are massive rewards. You level it out there for a little bit, and then you finish really, really big. What the big rewards do at the front end, okay, is it motivates us to stay on fucking track. Now, so many people get stuck in that week 2, 3, 4. Okay, so by allowing ourselves to have big rewards at the front end, it sets us up for a little bit more success. It sets us up for a little bit more motivation. Or maybe it's the other side of it. Maybe you need to use the leverage. If I haven't hit X by 4 weeks, I have to do blah, blah, blah. Okay? But we're talking about rewards here. Okay, so they have to have a strong emotional connection. If it doesn't mean anything to you, you will not do things to get that goal. Okay? Like if you say, end of week 4, if I lose 8 kilos, I'll buy a pair of shorts. If you get to the end of week 4 and you've lost 7 kilos and the shorts aren't enticing you to train or push harder, change your reward straight away. Don't change the goal, change the reward. Find something that's going to motivate you to continue to push. Now, the other side of that is nothing that's going to make you sick or sad. Now, like from a family perspective, a lot of people will throw rewards down and spend a lot of time with the kids and do all that sort of stuff, which is great. I'm a family man, I totally get it. But if your family time results in you stressing, screaming, carrying on, worrying about this, then your brain's going to go, get fucked. I'm not going to hit that. It just equals stress and drama. Let's see if we can sabotage and have a few donuts here and there, and let's not really do what we want to do, okay? So that's not what we're about. We want to make sure, and again, the sick thing is about junk food. So if your dieting plan is to go hard for 3 weeks and then go and have a cheat day, if you eat a lot of shit after cleaning out, generally you're going to feel sick, and then your brain goes, hang on, you felt sick last time you hit that goal, let's not do that again. Enter next phase and you don't hit the goal, you start to sabotage, all those sort of things, right? So if you struggle to receive, guys, we're talking about rewards here. If you struggle to receive, start really small, okay? Just start off easy. If you're the kind of person that doesn't like to make a big deal out of their birthday, if they struggle with appreciation, if you struggle with compliments, then you need to start small, all right? They have to be personal. The rewards have to be about you, for you, and dedicated to you. I can give you the advice and I can give you like examples, but they have to work for you. Just because I said shorts or a day with the kids or 4 hours in a bloody sauna, like, it has to be personal to you. It has to motivate you. The leverage, simple, guys. We want to create enough pain that you will do whatever it takes to focus and haul ass, okay? Like I said, shave your head if you don't hit X. Sell your dog. Take the stereo out of your car. Whatever, okay? Plenty of pain in there that's going to make you work your butt off to get the results. So vision board, guys. Now we're starting to hit about like the success things and things that people do differently to make sure they get themselves there. You need to see it, okay? There's a part of our brain called the reticular activating system, and what it does, it searches out for familiar things, okay? And then what it does, there's a mind-body connection to where it starts to put our body in a place where we want to familiarize ourselves with those things. So if we start to put pictures up around the place or numbers or certain things like that of where we want to see ourselves, of where we want to push to, our brain and body are going to connect, and we're going to start to do things and say things and create things to get us in that sort of headspace to make sure we hit those goals. So it needs to be real, guys. You can't throw a chick up there that's like 6'3" and you're 5'2", okay? If you're going to use other bodies and all those sort of things, it needs to be as close to your image as possible. If you're talking about relationships, you can't throw, like, you couldn't throw a big guy like me with tattoos up there if your husband's an Asian guy, okay? Like I'm a white guy, bald head, stretched ears, like tattoos everywhere. You know, it wouldn't work out. So make sure it's real things, okay? We want to make sure that our brain looks for familiar things and that we can start to put ourselves in that place to make sure they happen. So multiple places work, right? Like if you have it on your bedroom wall, on your fridge, a smaller version on your laptop, a smaller version again on your phone, whatever. The more you see it, the more it starts to become real, and you're going to do things to make sure you get there. That's all it is, guys, okay? Making sure that we see it consistently day after day after day. And if you start to get blind to it and it doesn't mean anything, you need to change the pictures or change some of the words that are associated with it. Success rituals. If you start and end the same way every day and create a success ritual, you will stand a much higher chance of getting a day in line with your values and then reaching your goals, okay? So, one thing successful people do is they have a ritual in whatever. We can look at it from a sport perspective. Golfers, they will have a ritual in their swing. You know, sports people, for example, may have, you know, some people call it superstitious about the way they tie their shoes or whatever, or blah, 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 blah. But they are rituals, okay? They've created a ritual to make sure they have a higher chance of success. And we can do that every single day with how we start and how we finish our days. Now, it can be anything, right? It can be written, it can be spoken, it can be physical, it can be meditation. So written, for example, would be like a gratitude journal that I like to recommend. So the 5-minute journal, the 5-minute app on your phone, you get up in the morning, you write down 3 things that you're grateful for straight away. And it could be the same thing every day. It might be family, sun, happiness. It might be, in winter months, it might be blanket, bed, socks, okay? Whatever, small things, big things, doesn't matter, okay? When we start our day with the feeling or the emotion of gratitude, we get in a very, very good headspace and we appreciate a lot of things that sort of happen throughout the day instead of looking for all the negativity. So in the morning, we write down 3 things that we're grateful for. We then write down 3 amazing things that we want to happen that day. So if we know what our vision board is, if we understand what our goals are, we then write down things that are in line with that. And then we do a bit of a success mantra, write down like a bit of an affirmation sort of thing, and help put you in the headspace and in the right frame of mind to kick ass and really get success through the day. So that's your morning ritual, right, as far as a written one goes. Or it might be that you just write a little letter to yourself every day. Something really, really simple. So then what happens is we'll come back at night. Again, nighttime ritual. So you write down 3 amazing things that happened that day. It may not even be about goal stuff. You might find some other things in there that happen through the day that were amazing. Okay, and then you write down 3 things or a thing that you want to be better tomorrow. So we're continually looking to progress, be better, but at the end of the day, we're going to sleep again with an emotion of gratitude and fulfillment and happiness and all that sort of stuff, instead of stress and worry and anxiety and depression and fear and all those sort of emotions. We want those out, okay? They are not successful emotions. So the written thing, that's that, right? Something along those lines. The spoken thing, you could just get up and say a mantra to yourself every day. You could say something to yourself every night. Whatever works for you. Physical, you may be one of those people that need to get up and move straight away. So you might have to do 20 push-ups, 20 squats, and 20 band pulls. Something like that, right? Whatever works. If you just getting charged first thing in the morning, that's great. The physical thing at night, unless it's like sex and, obviously leading to orgasm, which releases serotonin and you sleep better, I wouldn't recommend any like really super late night just before you try and go to sleep. Physical stuff, like I said, other than, intimacy and orgasm and stuff like that, because it really does help with all the hormones to be able to put you to sleep. And then, of course, the other thing is meditation. If you wake up frazzled or fried every morning, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes of meditation can really help. If you go to bed and you can't focus, if you can't turn your brain off, meditation's another really good way, okay? But you know me, like the gratitude thing, it changed my life. It was a big, big influence on how I started to live my life. Well, this is small writing. Okay, anyway, balance equals bullshit. So this is a common theme or a common phrase that people continually get stuck on, okay? And it's always about, I just want balance. I just want to be able to, have my cake and eat it too, pretty much, right? So there is no such thing as balance. It is bullshit. There is counterbalance. If you guys want to be better in a particular area, naturally other areas are going to drop off. Do you think Usain Bolt is a good swimmer? No, he'd be fucking shit, okay? But he's the fastest man on the planet when it comes to running 100 meters, okay? So we have to understand that this is where it's going to be at, right? If we want to focus on getting stronger, our cardio and our general fitness may suffer. If we want to get lean as fuck, your variety in foods may suffer. If you have drinking buddies, if they're a big part of your influence, those things will have to go down, okay? If you want to grow a massive business, your social life will suffer, okay? If you want something to be better than average, you have to give it more than balance and you have to sacrifice, okay? If you think of the word balance and average, if you put those two together, it'll start to shift, right? Your mindset will start to shift. The more you say the word balance, the more you start to think, oh, that's average. You don't want an average result, you want an excellent result, okay? So you start to go, nah, counterbalance. I need to work hard in this area for the next 12 weeks so then I can have what would be a maintenance level or something like that, right? But not balance. When we say balance, we start to soften our approach and we start to give up on a few things. So homework, guys, we've got 3 areas in your life you want to improve on. So really, really simple. We just want to keep it really tight, okay? Normally we go into the 5 F's of Force Fitness, but I want to keep it simple. So it could be health and fitness, finance, or your friendships and relationships, okay? Choose one particular area in each of them. So if it's health and fitness and you want to focus on fat loss or you want to focus on nutrition, choose the area that will get you the best result, okay? Get at it for 90 days, or get it out for 90 days, sorry. So figure out what you want for 12 weeks or 90 days. Figure out your monthlies, figure out your weeklies, figure out what your daily checklist is that you need to do to make sure you get those goals. Get new rewards or leverage or both, okay? You have to be able to treat yourself to good stuff. It doesn't mean you're a trick pony or a dolphin or a dog or whatever. It means you've worked hard and you deserve success, okay? If you're up to it, if you're willing, post in the members page by Sunday night, a picture of your vision board or what your goals are, and then we will have at it. And if you guys need any help, please don't be afraid to ask one of your trainers. That's what they're there for, and we will do whatever we can to help you get success. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. If you like what we talked about in this presentation, feel free to share it with your friends. And yeah, best of luck. I'll see you in the gym.